Warm-hearted, outgoing, generous, charismatic, Mikhail Gorbachev, the former Soviet leader, was a man who cared deeply about averting a Third World War.
He was a good man. He was a decent man. I think his tragedy is, in a sense, that he was too decent for the country he was leading.
Gorbachev died aged 91 in Moscow after a long illness, but he leaves behind a legacy.
We need more enterprise, more democracy, more organization and discipline. Then we will be able to bring perestroika up to full speed.
Perestroika in Russian means restructuring. That's what Gorbachev's reform process was called. And now, with a lot of people fleeing Putin's Russia, many are hoping for another perestroika. But on the global stage, there's an outpouring of condolences and tributes from world leaders. The US President Joe Biden calls the last Soviet president a man of remarkable vision. A word from Germany's Chancellor too.
He
was a courageous reformer and a statesman who dared many things.
Gorbachev was also widely credited for breaking the mold for Soviet leaders who, until then, had mostly been remote, icy figures.
Mr. Gorbachev played an important role in overcoming the division of Europe and East-West confrontation after World War II.
Gorbachev was also celebrated as the savior who delivered freedom to millions of Soviet citizens.
When the world saw conflict and stalemate, he saw peace and possibility. He was the epitome of courage and vision.
And most importantly, he'll forever be remembered for introducing key political and economic reforms to the Soviet Union and ending the Cold War. But until his very last day, Gorbachev lived in a dual reality, loved and celebrated across liberal democracies, but unpopular by large numbers of Russians who never forgave him for the dramatic plunge in living standards that followed and the turbulence his reforms unleashed, some Russians even blaming his policies for emboldening nationalists. Gorbachev will be buried at a cemetery in Moscow right next to his wife.